feed. However, there are those that they may not even be connected to you or like you yet, but they may be connected with someone that does, that may have reacted to something that you put on your Facebook business page. And as that flows through the news feed and they mouse over, like say the icon of our social radio show page, it will actually pull up that cover image. So that's why that cover image is so vital. You call it the billboard of...
Well, to me, it's the same as having a billboard on an interstate anywhere. Especially if you get one of those new LED ones at night that shine up there. You cannot not look at them. They're totally noticeable. And you have to take that same mental process when you're developing your cover photo. You want it to be so powerful, so colorful, so engaging that people want to know more about you or your business.
That is so, so true. And, and the same goes then when you're trying to determine what social platform to make sure you're most active on. Again, master one. And most people get on Facebook first because that is the majority of the active users out there. I think 1.8 billion worldwide users now on Facebook. You're going to have some opportunities coming your way. But what you want to do is actually look at all of the different benefits and values of the different social sites. Facebook, their biggest benefit is their advertising platform. It's so robust. I mean, it really does let you narrow down your search to the minute, even to the zip code. And advertising on social media does work. It does cost a little bit of money, but it is definitely worth it if you are doing it effectively. When you look at Twitter, that is the fastest way to really, reach your audience, and it's used for customer service by so many businesses.
Why don't you tell your customer service story?
I hate to name any company.
Oh, don't.
Okay, I'm not going to name the company, but I will just say that a few years ago, our local internet company was upgrading their internet speed. And we work out of our home and we don't have a business account. Just the two of us, Richard works on the east side of the house. I work on the west side.
East wing, west wing.
Yeah, east wing and west wing. But anyway, we noticed that as they were starting to advertise their bigger speed or whatever you want to call it, we noticed our internet kind of slowing down a little bit. So I tried to call, our local company and wasn't really getting any answers and nothing was being resolved. So I actually went to Twitter and nicely just put out a tweet saying, hey, has anyone else noticed that's on such and such, internet slowdown in speed since they started advertising their next bigger internet speed? And within seconds, and I mean seconds, I had a private message from this company with the phone number to call. And we were able to resolve that. I mean, I think we even got a trial, 60 days with their high internet speed?
They took care of it.
It's
not the current one, folks.
I was going to say, unfortunately, they are not our current. And it's unfortunate. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, but that's how people do. I know there are other companies, Dell Computers monitors. They have ways to monitor. And our youngest son works for a company in Austin, Texas, a restaurant there. And I can't mention it because he's always telling me, Mom, don't tag me when you mention, because whatever. He's an assistant manager at one of their restaurants. But whenever I say anything and mention their name, even on my personal profile, without even tagging them, they are notified. They are alerted. There's so many different type of alerts that you can put out there to make sure you're monitoring your social media so that you are aware of who is talking about you. Don't have a that's a whole another. Google Alerts is one that is common, which is free and a free version, and they have a paid version as well to get some more monitor. Twitter has some Tweetbot, I think it is. There's so many different ways you can monitor and what's being said about you on social media, online marketing, and that is important, folks. You need to be monitoring what's happening so that you can be made aware of it and address it.
No, it's like anything else, It's much easier to resolve a problem before it really becomes a serious problem.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've got a little incident going on out there, hey, walk up to somebody and say, how are we going to fix this? How are we going to get over this? And usually it's not as difficult as we imagine it is. But the first thing it does, even if it doesn't get resolved, you made an attempt. You can hold your head high and say, hey, I tried.
Exactly. So again, that's what a lot of people use Twitter for, is for customer service, or I should say a lot of businesses, but also as an individual on Twitter. I love connecting with industry experts and following them and learning from them. It provides great information that I can take and then share with my tribe. Always give credit due where credit is due. When you're sharing other people's content, let people know, when you tag them or they're notified. So, and you gain attention from them as well, but you're also giving value to those that are following you and becoming a resource for them. But LinkedIn, it's the largest professional networking site, so it is a great place for you to really establish your credibility, your expertise.
Absolutely so. And also on LinkedIn, there's a lot of space to write. When you're doing your personal profile, what is it? Is it 2,000 characters?
Yes, in your summary. A lot of changes on LinkedIn right now, but on your summary, within your business experience, et cetera, you have a lot of characters, 2,000.
Now, is that the area that's indexed by Google?
And it's indexed by searches, people doing searches within LinkedIn.
Yeah,
because
LinkedIn in and of itself is a search engine, correct? It's
powerful. Exactly. So those keywords are called up when people do searches on LinkedIn. And if you ever Google yourself and you have a pretty good LinkedIn profile, you will see your LinkedIn profile actually rank higher than your website a lot of times.
And that's because most of the time we're on social media more than we're on our website, because unfortunately a website is pretty much static unless you have a blog on it. Now, if you have a blog, then it can be different. But LinkedIn is very good. It's a very good reputation building site.
It is. Now, those are Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn are top 3 platforms being used by businesses. 2 others are Instagram and Pinterest. And of course, Instagram and Pinterest are for your visual posts, either images or videos, and they both are phenomenal for, again, getting recognition and being seen by people. Instagram is really, I'd say that a lot of the individuals or younger generation left Facebook to go to Instagram because those parents and grandparents got out of here. But now a lot of businesses are using it because the advertising on both Instagram and Pinterest and even Snapchat is phenomenal for businesses. So, but on Instagram, it's great creative context, as well as I said, visual inspiration, helps you connect better with your audience. And then Pinterest is the same way. But the great thing about Pinterest, and we had Maggie Lamar on as our Pinterest expert at the beginning of the year here, and I really dove into learning more. I just love following her too. But you can get so much increased visibility onto your e-commerce site, your website, your blog, because when you're posting images and videos onto your pin boards on Pinterest, you put in information that actually will lead back to where it originated. So it works as a search engine to bring people to your website, for example, or your blog, if you put a video or an image coming from that blog. It's phenomenal. It works great to get more rankings on your website.
That's an amazing tip just in and of itself on putting it there. But we're talking about Pinterest, and to me, Pinterest is more probably 80% female oriented, 20-ish% male.
Dominated by women.
I've gone there. I've put some airplane pictures up there, leaning it back to the flying above, and so you look at it from that standpoint, and it doesn't matter where your traffic come from. It just matters that the traffic is coming to you.
You got that right. That's what's I know there are a number of people we talk to that just don't even, we hear it all the time when we're speaking at a workshop. I just don't like Facebook. I don't like social media. I don't like all this, it doesn't give any privacy. Well, if you're using anything on the internet, your privacy is already invaded. I mean, everything you do, you're registering a social profile, whatever you do online, and there's more that's coming out about, they can even tell what ads you're clicking on, and those get filed. And, and it is a little scary, but what do? You can't stay off the internet, so you need to learn how to use it securely and effectively.
There's very little privacy, and I don't really want to get into privacy. I mean, you look at all the cameras when you're driving down the road today, on that. They've got everywhere you got, unless you're going to put a mask on, and then they'll know what color mask you have in your car, so they'll figure it out one way or the other. They're copying your license tags and all these other things that go around. So don't worry about it. Just go have fun with it, and
be safe. Definitely be safe.
Let the other people worry about it. You just go out there and use it for social, use it for business, and just, move forward.
Oh, for sure. Well, we're down to just less than almost 9 minutes now, so we're going to give you one more chance to call in. In fact, because we're limited with time, if I get one caller in that shares with us there's some successes, or if they have a question, call in at 321-806-3159. And you're not going to just receive one ticket. You're going to be able to bring a friend. So you're going to get both tickets to these are my last two. I want to give them away to somebody that will really benefit from coming to the 9th Business Acceleration Summit. So 2 general admission tickets to next Wednesday, May 17th at the Hilton Rialto here in Melbourne, Florida. Valued now at 2 of them, $240. So give us a call and let me give these tickets to you. We want to hear from you. So, Richard, what site? What's your favorite site? What do you like best, or which site do you like to be best on, have fun on?
Obviously, Facebook is number one, but I also like Twitter. It's fast moving. It's quick. You really have to think about how to get a message in 140 characters, which you immediately have to subtract 15 characters from. Because if somebody's going to reply back to you,
or if you're going to tag somebody,
somebody, then you have to do that.
The reason being, Twitter handles are 15 characters or less, so we have to always take that into consideration.
But the amazing number of influencers that are on Twitter is amazing, and it's just not that our current president tweets all the time. We go back to Twitter 6-8 years ago, and there's just less of a barrier, and I really can't explain why. There's just less of a barrier of connecting with people on just building that relationship and letting things happen.
Yeah, what I like about Twitter is that I can follow individuals and that I want to get to know better, so that I can actually see their postings or their tweets come through my Twitter feed. And that doesn't mean necessarily that they have to connect with me. Now, the etiquette on Twitter normally is someone connects with you, you connect with them, but I always recommend, first of all, look at who is connecting or following with you. I blocked a number of people because they're not really appropriate, and I really don't want them taking my information and sharing it out to their tribe if I don't feel that they really are appropriately posting out there on Twitter. So there are some things. Again, you have to be conscious of everything you're doing online, especially on social media. Don't just go connect with anybody and everybody. I always go and look to see if I get a connection request on Facebook, a friend request example. I see who else in my tribe or my community is connected with them. If there isn't anyone, I kind of look to see what I can see. I'll just go hit them as delete it. LinkedIn, I always, when I get these LinkedIn requests, it takes me a while a lot of times to connect with people that request a LinkedIn invitation, because I actually go and look at every single one and read their profiles, see what we have in common, to try to come up with something I can maybe start a conversation with when I accept their invite, if I do accept it, so I can get the conversation started. I mean, again, we're networking, we're having conversation. These are communication tools, and that's why it's important to make sure you get it out of your own head. Don't get out of your own way, so to speak. Don't try to continually selling your products and services. Make sure you are focusing on those that you want to attract and provide solutions for them or show them that you can help them reach their desired results.
You're the one that they need in order to grow their business, improve their reputation. So I like the way you